Russia was a big topic of discussion for Secretary of State John Kerry today. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin sat down with the outgoing secretary to ask him why, if he knew Russia was trying to influence the U.S. elections, didn't he say so publicly before the election?
Secretary of State John Kerry has had more contact with the Kremlin than any other U.S. official in the past 4 years as he tried to engage his Russian counterpart, whom he badly needed to secure international agreements. But that relationship couldn't stop what U.S. intelligence chiefs say is not the first time the Russians hacked into a U.S. election. There were attempts prior to this summer. And now some former members of the Obama administration say the president should have tried to stop the Russians sooner.
Frankly, I think President Obama should have acted much earlier during the summer when we had the first information that this was going on.
Former CIA Director Leon Panetta said this morning that President Obama should have taken action last summer when it first became evident that the Russians were trying to hack the U.S. election. He said it was an attack on our country. Why didn't you take action then?
Well, the president did take action by, in fact, making it public, and he reserved the right at that point in time to take action that he thought was appropriate when it was appropriate.
But it didn't stop? It didn't deter
them? It diminished. I think the important thing is that the American people were made aware of what was happening.
When President Obama first took office, he asked his team to reset relations with Russia.
Is Russian reset possible with Vladimir Putin at the helm in Russia?
What I have found is that we were able to cooperate on a number of issues of importance to the United States where we got good results. We managed to cooperate on getting the chemical weapons out of Syria. We had serious cooperation from Russia and engagement on the Iran nuclear agreement negotiation.
So in effect, could Trump's friendlier approach to Russia, in fact, could it be the answer to better relations?
Not if it's just giving them what they want and walking away and lifting sanctions and not achieving something.
It's not clear what Kerry achieved with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Syria. In December, the State Department praised Russian ceasefire efforts. But Defense Secretary Ash Carter, who has watched the Russians establish military bases in Syria for the first time since the Cold War, cast doubt on the U.S. ability to work with Russia. Quote, Russia has been explicitly thwarting the U.S., done nothing to defeat ISIS, doubled down on the civil war. With 2 weeks to go as Secretary of State, Kerry says his work is not done.
Would you consider a run in 2020?
I'm not planning elected office, but I'm not ruling out any possibilities for what I might or might not do in the future.
In Washington, Brett, that could mean almost anything. Back to you.
Jennifer Griffin, live at the State Department. Jennifer, thank you.